Fantastic players. The TvZ finals, what more could you ask for? To the bottom right hand side is going to be the blue Terran player. Let's hear it if you're going to be cheering on the one, the only ByuN. And to the top left, our red Zerg player from Storm Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it if you're cheering on True. Alright, so get set up, ready to go into this. We're going to be seeing Hatchery first coming down from True. And we're just going to be seeing, I mean, King Sejong is actually for a long time was a map which was sort of considered to be very Terran favoured. They considered to be Terran favoured for a long time. But in the end, it kind of became a bit more Zerg favoured as Zerg sort of, well, not Zerg favoured, but it became a bit more even as Zerg sort of figured out the map a little bit. They figured out to kill the rocks, for example, you know, that sort of stuff. So in the Korean range buff actually helped a lot on this map too, because it really helps you defend in this sort of back mineral line sort of thing. So that's, you know, it becomes a bit more of a standard map now. We'll see what exactly ByuN is going to open up with, whether it's going to be that double racks opening. It looks like you'll go for a factory right here, though. So, factory-based opening in the early stages. I'm just going to see that start to build up right now on the way. So, factory's starting to build up. The Reaper is about to pop. I'm going to see a reactor follow up as well. So, Reaper across the map to see what it can get up to. I mean, again, True is a very exciting Zerg player to watch. He's here, there, and absolutely everywhere while he's moving around and looking to see what else he can get up to. You know, he's always here with the Zerglings, the Banelings. Baneling drops throughout the game as well. And that was very much so the way he beat ByuN in the group stages. He was just all over him with kind of units, just all over, just catching him off guard and just taking really good fights. So let's see if True can do some of the same. Right now, both players have guaranteed themselves $100 for second place in this event. And of course, they are both aiming for the first place prize, which is going to be a $400 prize pool. So see how this goes. We're going to see a Reaper grenade going down. Queen going to get blasted up in the skies. And Reaper just going to sit over towards the third base. Just keep track of when exactly True might start thinking of taking third base here in this game. Just going to see those Zerglings starting to work their way down through those rocks. The rocks starting to take a little bit of damage over here. We see a Hellion is going to be moving out onto the map. So Hellion from ByuN going to be moving out, looking to see what's going on. And looking to see what is going to be happening. Creep spread starting to come up over to this side. Chima coming down there. And just starting to push out a little bit. So, a little bit of creep spread starting to be set on up. Zergling speed about 8 seconds away here. Pneumatized Carapace is getting closer and closer as well. Overlord coming down at the right is True. Just getting ready to just scout here as the game continues. A few extra drones on the way from him. And he's actually thinking of coming forwards. With a Ripper and a Hellion again, it's going to be difficult for him to take that third hatchery before he's super confident in it, and he's actually going to drop an Evo chamber first of all. Again, just saying, well, if I've been a Hellion there, it's not easy for me to take that hatchery, so just going to wait a little while longer as we do see a drop loading up. It's going to be a Widowmine drop coming in, and it'll be a siege tank follow-up most likely. Liberator is already building, so Liberator follow-up, probably a tank as well to keep himself fairly safe, as we're going to be seeing this medevac heading towards the upper left-hand side. Farflame, dude, how are you doing? Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome back. God, it's been so long. Dude, how you doing? What's up? Can I get some love in the chat, please, for Farflame? 99 subscribers! Guys, we're one away from 100! One away from 100. Whoever subs next is sub 100 for the second time we hit 100 subs. Crazy stuff. Queen's fighting here, though. Let's focus on this game just for now, as we are going to be seeing those Queens coming forwards and continue to trade with those Marines and more. Continue to try and just do a little bit more with this. So he is going to clean it out. I mean, it was okay-ish damage from ByuN. I mean, he traded quite nicely. He's forced some more units. He's got a Liberator follow-up coming across the map right now as well. So Liberator's starting to come in towards the upper left-hand side. I'm just going to be seeing what exactly this Liberator is going to be able to get up to. Widowmine! Oh no! Goes off on 9 workers! Well, actually, I didn't even think that was going to come back up because we saw that Spore Crawler building and units in position. But oh man, that's 9 workers down, and all of a sudden True now is behind quite dramatically. So when we're seeing these this Liberator coming in, it's going to siege up in the back, going to siege up on top of those drones. And those drones will start to take some damage here over the next few moments. So drones start to take a little bit of damage right now. 3 workers killed. And the Queen going to be moving forwards, looking to take that Liberator down as well, potentially. Liberator gets away, though, and ByuN sets up in such a great position. I mean, is True actually just going to all in? I mean, he's making more Zerglings, and he's building up a couple of dropping Overlords. He's got his Queen dropper coming across, so the answer is yes, he is. He's going to just all in against this, so maybe that's why he was a little bit kind of even on workers to begin with anyways. He's going to do this with upgrades. This is a little bit later than what he usually does it with. 2 tanks on the high ground, one already sieged. I'm sure the other will siege up rather quickly when he sees what's going on. Here we go, Queen drop starts. I like this turret position. It's a good turret location to sort of help out over here. Marines and tanks coming down to the low ground. Where are we going to see those next Overlords coming in? Just straight through. Actually going to take a lot of damage. He's going to lose one of these Overlords with only 2 Zerglings coming out of it. And oh man, this is a little bit of a mess here. Another bunker is set up. I mean, ByuN has realized what's going on. He is very well defended right now, and True's attack is doing absolutely nothing. In a game where he sits so far behind from early damage taken, this is really, really, really painful for him as we see these Marines tanks continue to fight onto those Queens, doing a little bit more damage to the Zerglings, still trying to break down the rocks, the bunker at the front. And the bunkers continue to take a lot of damage here, so bunker is kind of, you know, I mean, it's still a lot of damage, but it's being repaired as well. And the tank is just firing onto those Zerglings. That tank has been picking up so many kills. No Overlord goes down, and True realizes that this is just not working. GG. And that is going to be ByuN taking map number 1 of our best of 5. Let's see what is going to be happening. To the top left-hand side, our blue Terran player. Up 1 game in this best of 5 right now. It's going to be the one, the only, God of Online Cups, ByuN. And down to the bottom right-hand side is going to be our red Zerg player from Sidestorm Gaming. It is True. Update the sub goal. I don't know what the sub goal is going to be now for 200. I think 200 is a bit of a hopeful one. 125 maybe just try and get above 116 like we peaked at before. The dream, guys, the dream is real. Thank you everyone again for all the support as always. And let's focus up. It's True ByuN in Game 2 of our grand finals of the SGL Cup today. So many finals today. Ascuri, thank you very much for the 20-bit cheer. Thank you very much indeed. That puts you as the loudest cheer this month. How exciting is that? Ascuri. Oh man. You guys have no idea what's coming. You guys have absolutely no idea what is coming. Spell your name right on the list. Did I misspell it? I'm sorry, Farflame. I did misspell it. Sorry about that. Just too excited trying to host games and stuff while getting everything sorted. Should be fixed shortly. Alright, guys. Alright, guys. You're going to be so excited when you see the new thing I have for cheers when we come out of this game. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be well worth it. We'll do it after a break after this game. But anyways, for now, let's focus on this game. Thank you very much, Ascuri, for the cheer 20. Let's see what's going to be happening here, guys. We have early on Overlords crossing the map, command center on the way down, and we're just going to be seeing ByuN going to cancel. Was that a bunker? Factory on the way. That's a little bit weird. What cancels for 94 minerals? Is it an engineering bay? I didn't see what exactly it was, but it was a little bit interesting either way. So, anyways, guys, we're going to see this Reaper starting to move down towards the bottom right. So, Reaper heading down towards the bottom right-hand side. And having a look to see what is going to be happening. So, Reaper just moving around here. We see Overlord from True moving in towards the upper left. And it's been a fairly standard game to start off with. I mean, very early expansion. ByuN once again with a factory-based opening rather than double racks is probably the most interesting thing up until now. I'm just going to be seeing the factory just going to move over and just going to land onto that reactor. So factory onto the reactor. You're going to see there's barracks going to move off over to the left side as well. And we're just going to be seeing a couple of Hellions starting to build up over here. So a couple of Hellions starting to build on up. Armory on the way. Okay, well, ByuN is going to change things up dramatically here. This is a super fast armory as well. This is a super fast armory. This is a, what, I mean, literally so early. I mean, what, it's going to be like a Hellbat attack with like 4 Hellbats. So really just looking to attack before True has anything set up at all and see if you can get some damage done. It's one of these Hellbat attacks that's not going to like end the game. But he is he is going to kind of get some damage done, I think, just because True doesn't have any units. I mean, you look at the units tab, 6 Zerglings are not going to be enough. I mean, the Hellions alone could fight 6 Zerglings. I mean, obviously there's a few Queens out, but Right, waiting for 2 more Hellions to join up, it seems, before we see any Hellbats more flaming. We actually see True getting in position to go for a little bit of a drop up into the main base here. Just going to be seeing those Zerglings just going to be sitting around. These Hellions still fighting. They're not moving into Hellbats yet. There we go. Second Ripper coming in too. And this is just going to be a dead third hatchery right from the get-go. So, third hatchery going to die right from the start. And Hellbats going to keep on moving forwards. Queens continue to take damage. We're just going to see those Reapers and Hellbats continue to see what else they can do. Queens being pushed back right now. And again, seeing what else they can do. They still hasn't taken down the third hatchery. There we go. It gets cancelled here. As we see the Zerglings and the Zerglings and the Queens pushing forwards to try and fight against this. Drop across the map never came to be. And as we saw True just getting distracted by this Hellbat attack. So, had to be a little bit careful. I'm just going to be seeing these units just collecting together as Queen's going to target down at Hellbat once again. So Hellbat taking a little bit more damage, another grenade going down. More Hellions coming across the map, so this could be even more Hellbats ready to go. Although he might not morph them into Hellbats right now. Going to keep them mobile and actually morph those 3 Hellbats back into Hellions at this point. And we're seeing the Hellions just going to be joining together. And just going to be seeing the Hellions just seeing what they can get up to. You're going to run on in towards the natural mineral line. And actually this is the part where it gets very dangerous for True, as he just doesn't have his units in position just yet. Lings are going to start coming forwards, and they'll catch one Hellion on the low ground. Queens are continuing to chase as well. Grenades going to buy some more time for these Hellions to keep moving in towards that main base. Coming in right now, we're going to see Zerglings continue to stroll on in and clean on up, but 9 drones lost. It's heavy damage taken here by True. Is he again going to be trying to be super aggressive, because he's still making Zerglings? Okay, now he goes back in towards a few more workers in production. True actually has a lot of units to maybe counterattack with, but there's a full wall set up. I mean, this is where kind of actually dropping Overlord into the main base could be super effective, because he just has so many Lings compared to his opponent who has nothing. A few Banelings are going to be coming in very shortly as well, as we are going to see that Banelin nest being added on as well. So Banelin nest being added on as well, and there's going to be seeing these Zerglings continue to head across the map. So the Zerglings continue to head towards the upper side here. They'll check the front, they'll see it's a full wall. There is a tank in position, but again, maybe this drop in Overlord can change something up right now. As you see the Zerglings loading in here initially, and you'll see 8lings into the main. They will start to be annoying, and well, in terms of mobile defense, there's only a few Marines right now, so it's not that much to defend with. Although it might still be enough, especially if we don't see any more of those Zerglings jumping in anytime soon. As True trying to play catch up on the work account. And while these Zerglings not going to be able to do much at all, we're going to see him coming in, and he will get rid of an SCV there. So 3 SCVs killed. Well, it's not the best, but it's still something. And oh, he's actually going to lose the Overlord. He probably could have saved that if he kept moving it, so that's a little bit of a mistake there. We are going to see True on much faster upgrades than ByuN. He'll have 1-1 finished about 30 to 45 seconds before his opponent, so that is one advantage he will definitely hold in this. As we're going to be seeing ByuN just moving forwards, moving down to the low ground. I'm just going to be seeing the tank here, just going to be moving forwards as well. Some Marines and tanks moving forwards and getting ready to protect the gold base at the third, which is now up and running. True has recovered in the work count. He's up by 14 at this point, so he's going back in there. He's going to keep his 2-2 upgrades rolling as well. And the 4th hatchery coming down. This is a map where, actually, True will really love playing on. It's got a lot of pathways to counter-attack on, to send different groups of units on. He's so good at playing quickly with those Sling Bane, and so he's going to be able to set up very nice surrounds and flanks on this map as well. As we're going to be seeing these Marines starting to come in. And just looking to see what else is going on. So Marines just going to continue to gather together. And just looking to see what else is going to be happening. A couple of medevacs going to be loading up and starting to head across the map. 10 drones for like 6 Hellions isn't a bad trade. No, it's not a bad trade. But the problem was that True, I think, was overmaking units afterwards, because if he had plenty of zones to deal with it, and then he was still making more. And I think that's where my real kind of concern for that trade came in, because he was down by 14 workers. Of course, he kills off kind of quite a lot of the units, so that means he should be able to drone freely. But he didn't take advantage of that, and that's why I had an initial kind of issue with it, because he did find himself quite far behind for a little while there. So worth clearing up. I mean, again, obviously those Hellions are a lot of map control that you're getting rid of even if you're losing drones to them, and it's a lot of minerals cost as well from the Terran player as well. So Yeah, it's not the end of the world from True. I just feel as though he made a few too many units afterwards, mostly. As we're going to be seeing 2-2 upgrades from both players. We're going to be seeing the melee upgrades finishing very shortly from True, so there will be a bit of an advantage for him right there. As you see those Banes get targeted down, nice trades from ByuN. I mean, sometimes you just gotta wonder, why do you bother playing with Banes against ByuN when he just keeps on target firing them down time and time again. Seconds come in here, they will be able to clean up this time. And those medvacs are just going to have to lift. A little bit of a run by in towards the natural, but there's plenty of units here. Does he get the tank kill? He does. Tank over here actually protecting and fighting on noselings. And the splash damage takes down his own tank. So, a little bit unfortunate for ByuN, but he's moving out of tank production anyway, going into a couple of Widow Mines now. Obviously setting up into a Widow Mine based army. It's more mobile. It's just better against Lingbane Muta, which is exactly what True is playing with here. In this match, as we see moving forwards here, these Marines going to stim once again. Scans coming down, lots of creep being pushed back. And we're going to see True going to have to find himself a really good fight. He's actually 40 army supply down, so he really needs to try and find some good Baneling connections or something in this. As, oh my god, that Widow Mine to start with is pretty decent as well. However, there's the Banelings that he needs! Oh wow, well that's exactly what True needed right there. A few drones going down to the third base though, or the fourth base I should say, during this. And that will start to hurt a little bit. A few more Zerglings continue to drop. Marines will stim once again. Medivacs overhead continue to heal. Lings coming back in. And cleaning up once more. Those Marines do get pushed away. Oh wow, I mean that Baneling connection on the right hand side, that's really what sort of put True into just that little bit of a better position. We see that Overlord getting taken down as well. And these units just collecting together right now from ByuN. So units collecting together and they're going to come through the center. So they're going to come through the center, see what they can do. 4 more meters being added on currently, plus 1 flyer attacks is on the way as well. And again, big push from ByuN coming down the left-hand side, looking to see what he can do as he heads in towards this hatchery right here. Lings, Banes, Mutas getting ready to move forwards themselves. And here we go, Banes moving in, and what are they going to connect on? A few connections so far. Widow Mines starting to go off, not really doing too much. It's a good cleanup from True actually. He's going to push all of this back and he's going to keep on chasing. Maybe he can catch a couple of Medivacs. I mean, even maybe fight these Marines. There's not that many of them. He kills off the Widow Mine nice and quickly to stop any splash damage coming down. Now Widow Mine goes off, but actually looks to hit a few of the Marines and Marauders as well. As True keeps on streaming forwards here, there's a few extra reinforcing Marines. They're going to start splitting away against those Banelings. This time the splits do come in. And True will have to back away again, but again, he pushed this all the way back here. It was good trades from him. And this is really, really nice. As we're going to be seeing +2/+2 upgrades from ByuN. They've been delayed or something? Oh wow, I think I've missed something here, guys. I apologize because that 2-2 seems much further behind than it initially was. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but I'm not sure what happened right there, so I'm a little bit intrigued as to what happened. So apologies for that, but it does seem ByuN will be a bit further behind on 2-2 than he should be. He doesn't have cheek become a big kind of factor in this game. As things kind of even up a little bit here. I mean, he's got 30 seconds until 2-2 kicks in, although I guess he's already been taking a few fights without 2-2, which does affect him as he goes for a big push in towards this gold base. As we see, True just does not have enough in position to deal with this. He's pulling more units back home. As we see those Banes starting to move forwards. They connect on mostly Marauders. Zerglings coming back home from the top side, as actually the Mutas will begin to intercept as well, and just starts to pick off Marines one at a time. True's still looking very good in this as he moves on forwards. More Marines are falling. Zerglings keep on rolling on in as well. A couple of Widow Mines will go off, but on what? Actually, they don't go off. In the end, they go off on a few Banelings. Not the best of trades as Medivacs keep on falling here. Another couple of Widow Mines being chased away. And actually, does True just have the momentum he needs right now to push on in? Marines will begin to unload. I don't think he can fight in just yet. Backs away for now. But True is definitely continuing to look pretty good right now. Marines, Mines joining up together. Zerglings from True are going to be moving back home. And we're just going to be seeing an overseer here. Just setting off those couple of Widow Mines so you can clean them up nice and easily without any threat of big Widow Mine connections coming in. So cleans those up. That's a nice little trade for him there. As we see more Marines, Medivacs and Mines just coming through the center of the map. These Marines keep on moving forwards right now. Just advancing a little bit at a time. And there we do see those Mutas, Lings, and just a Baneling or two coming in from the south side as well. As we see streaming forwards here, these Zerglings seeing what they can do. Marines with some good trades right there, taking down a good chunk of those Zerglings to begin with. A few more Banelings starting to come in. A little bit of a drop to the side. It's actually a Widow Mine drop to pick off 9 workers in what is now the 5th base of True, being set up here to this bottom left side. Hive now on the way, of course. True playing Lingbane Muta. The negatives of this playstyle is that you generally don't get as fast a hive as usual, so the ultras are going to be very delayed, and he's still just going to be on this kind of Ling Bane Mutas. So we're just going to be seeing these Mutas coming in. They are going to be kind of targeting down a reactor or so. So some reactors going down. The Mutas just keep on trading, however, more Marines coming in, and just continue to kind of do a little bit more right now. So Marines continue to do a little bit more right here. We're going to see actually Planetary Fortress to the right side is going to get taken down. And actually, it's going to be a big connection of Baylons onto these SCVs, and actually True might just be able to kind of do a little bit more there. As we're going to see, Widowmine goes off in the center of the Mutas, but True really has just so much. And I mean, what does ByuN have now? He starts to attack across the map. Mutas are just going to force this orbital to lift, and all of a sudden ByuN is on, well, currently 1 mining base, if that. 4 patches, or 2 patches of minerals is all he's mining from. It's not a lot. As these Mutas continue to clean up in the skies, that orbital will go down. He'll pull away, get a few SCVs on his way out. Still has to deal with this one large attack across the map, but I just don't think ByuN has enough to do anything meaningful with this. I mean, he's got a bunch of Marines, a Marauder too, a couple of mines. Is it enough? Is it really? I don't know. And here we go. Bin's coming forward, so we're about to see. Well, the split's definitely not good enough there, so he doesn't have anywhere near enough. And ByuN is just going to lose out on so much. The Mutas are coming back home as well, just to help to clean up. And that right there is going to be GG. And True is going to tie up this. So we're getting towards being sleepy. The hype is a little bit dead now, but as you guys cheer more, it gets more hype, and we cheer louder, and everything gets exciting, and all that good stuff. Guys, let's go into game number 3. To the top left side is going to be our blue Terran player. It is going to be, of course, ByuN, who has actually lost out in that last game to let things be tied up 1 game apiece here. Going into Frozen Temple, map number 3. To the bottom right-hand side from Psystorm Gaming, he beat this guy. He won against ByuN in the group stages. Can he do it again to win the SGL? It is our Red Zerg player. It is True. Alright, I'm waiting. I want to see what the response is to the hypometer, the hypermeter, the cheerometer. I think cheerometer is better, right? I think the cheerometer is way better. I think it's a much better idea. A much better name, at least. It doesn't look too bad. Obviously, as more people cheer, it goes up. The red stuff goes up, you know? You see? Do you guys see? Does it make sense? I hope so. I hope so. Alright, so Frozen Temple, I mean, still a decent-ish map for sort of counter-attacking on and moving around the map with. You know, sending Zerglings around the map and stuff like that. And, yeah, it's still kind of a... decent map for that sort of stuff, so it's not as good as Apotheosis, but it's still decent. It's a lot smaller though, so in general, I mean, larger maps generally tend to kind of be better for Ling Bane Muta. But, yeah, I mean, larger maps tend to be better, but still Frozen Temple can be decent, so we'll see how it goes as we just set up and ready to get into this. I should change Passion Powering Up to Passion Overwhelming. Passion Overwhelming is the top, though. So Passion Overwhelming is right at the top on the cheerometer. We need real goals. Well, okay. I mean, what do you guys want me to make? Like real goals as for the cheers? I don't know. Give me some ideas. Nova, why do you want to see me cosplay Nova? I never cosplay, and that's not gonna happen. Not unless someone literally comes in and donates like literally ridiculous money. I will not cosplay it. No, like. I just don't even know where I'd begin. I have absolutely no clue. Absolutely no clue. Anyways, we're just going to be seeing this Ripper just moving around a little bit. Early on in the game, it's been a fairly standard opening from both. We see the second rack's currently coming down from ByuN, so he's going into that 2-1-1 opening. The double medevac job will be setting up very soon in the early stages of this game. These few Zerglings just going to back away off to the left and then think about coming back in. So Zerglings just moving around right now. What else is going on? Stimpack coming up here, about halfway done currently. Double Evolution Chamber coming down from True as well. So a couple of Evolution Chambers coming in. And just getting set up here. So melee upgrades will start once again. I mean, pretty much always going to be melee upgrades from True. It's just how he plays. Ling Bane Muta. Sometimes he'll play Ling Bane Infesta, but it's almost always with the Ling Bane. So we're just going to be seeing another Deeper coming down here, and ByuN just going to be setting that up. Got another refinery coming down up to this side as well. And, yeah, just waiting for the double medevac to pop out. Once the double medevac pops out, we'll see those Marines joining up together and heading across the map. So, getting this set up and ready to go. A few Zerglings currently working their way through this through these rocks. So just working the way through the rocks right now. I'm just going to see those couple of medevacs starting to come down to the bottom side. So let's see how much damage ByuN can get done with this. As Morling's on the way up, Queens will be collecting together as well. And very much so for now, True is just about engaging correctly into the right spots, and he's immediately going to jump on those medevacs, which is great. Queen's coming in there a little bit far away right now because of the, edge of the creep. Just not quite reaching over here. But they're going to be close enough, and opening up these rocks as well, just getting ready to run around the map, surround, and stuff like that as well. Going to be seeing those Marines coming forwards, and again, just going to be seeing what else is going to be happening. Marines just going to lift, going to back away. Nice defense right now by True. So True defends well early on. Of course, that's not the end of the world from this build order of ByuN. He can just set up in towards a follow-up attack, which can do a lot. In general, it's just designed to force units and, you know, kind of go in that sort of direction here. So, see how this continues. Just going to be seeing these Marines and the Widowmine just joining up. I'm just going to be seeing those couple of medevacs just moving forwards. Widowmine going to be taking a little bit of damage there. Creep Tumor does get taken down. And you can see a few more Balins just morphing in. Zerglings too going to be moving out across the map. We're going to see a tank just going to siege up on the low ground as these Marines stim forwards, and just going to be seeing Marines. Well, they're doing a lot actually, and these Balins aren't ready. And this next attack from ByuN is doing quite a lot. True is actually across the map with his Zerglings, trying to do something with a counterattack, but Marines are behind this wall, and so this counterattack won't do anything at all. And True is just going to take so much damage on this third base. The medevacs have gone down, yes, but there's just so many Marines left over, and they're just going to keep on trading. They go in behind the minerals, and I mean, again, so many Overlords killed. True is at 82 over 66 supply. That's not pretty at all. As we see the Zerglings running in, they will clean this up, I think, but it's still not going to be an efficient trade. Actually, all said and done, you sort of look at this in the very end, and 51 drones to 46. Maybe True didn't take as much damage as I thought there. He did lose a lot more than his opponent. You can see that in the resources lost to the top left right now, to the bottom right. But in general, he's still okay in economy. He just needs to stay in this. He has got a bit of an upgrade lead right now. I was just going to be seeing those medevacs coming down towards the bottom right-hand side. So, a couple of medevacs coming back down towards the bottom right-hand side. You're going to see these Lings going to hit the front wall once again. Tanks will unload, and they'll start to get quite a bit of damage done once again themselves. Lings very nearly make it through, but the engineering bay comes down to continue the block. And now the Zerglings, by the time they do get through, there's just not that many left over. That's another unsuccessful counterattack by True. As we're going to be seeing these Marines continue to drop out once again. And we're just going to be seeing these Zerglings coming in to just shut that down. I mean, again, though, ByuN is just all over the place, and he just seems to be trading so well. He's about to get 1-1 upgrades, which will, of course, help as well, fighting against these Zerglings time after time. And I was just going to be seeing the Queen targeting that medevac down and just pushing that away. A few more Marines just starting to unload over here, but ByuN, he's got third base in position now, a couple more barracks on the way up, and still just dropping to sort of just, well, keep it being annoying. You know, the more damage he does with drops, or the more he keeps True busy, the less time True has to set up drone, set up a fourth base, and more and more and more. It really is a fantastic game so far by ByuN, and again, the supplies maybe don't reflect how good a position ByuN is in, I don't think. I mean, True is without a lair, which means he's not going to have 2-2 for a very long time. That lair is only just now starting. ByuN has, again, third base set up. He's got, you know, mules on top of the work account as well. It's a very, very good position right now for ByuN. And he's going to be pushing down this side, looking to see what he can work with. Big counterattack is going to get ready to come in towards this third base. Man, this third base looks so far away from the minerals. Don't know what it is, just looks quite far away. Is it the same here? Is it even out of position? It might even be misplaced. Anyways, hold that forward, because right now we do see a big attack coming in. Tanks are going to start cleaning up these Balins. Balins won't have Bane speed as well for a long time because of that lack of lair. That's another big negative here. As that CT is forced to lift, a few SCVs go down, but at the same time, big amount of army goes down for True, and ByuN is going to work his way through this hatchery. Well, we are going to see those Banes might be able to bust through here. The engineering bay doesn't come down in time to save this time to block off again. Bane is starting to connect, but mostly on Marines, not really on SCVs. Actually, True is getting a little bit more damage done than I really thought he would here. These Balins, these SCVs are stuck in the center. Big connection. True's lost his fourth base, but he's the one that's doing a lot of economic damage directly right now with that 24 worker kill count, and still increasing as he gets into the main. He gets a few more, some more SCVs go down, now at 29 workers killed, and actually True is going to deflect these medevacs away from the main base. They're going to drop down towards the third base instead. All of a sudden, ByuN is actually maybe in a little bit of trouble here. We're going to be seeing him doing a little bit more damage right now, stimming in. This is where he's maybe going to get his, a little bit of his own, a little bit of payback against the Zerg, and maybe kill off a few drones of his own. Drew sort of has to fight because he doesn't want to lose his third hatchery, but it's starting to happen as ByuN targets fired down every single baneling. Oh man, 7 workers killed, so drone's still alive. Queen's coming in. He needs to get rid of these medevacs. Really, really desperately needs to get rid of those, as the Queens will maybe get it just a little bit too far away. Pulls back in plenty of time. Well, not plenty, but just in time to keep those medevacs alive there. So medevacs will pull back. ByuN, yeah, he definitely was out of position, right, with that CC initially. So back in position now. Going to drop some mules there. More Marines being made, 13 Marines being made at a time, and also 2-2 upgrades have finished for the Terran players, so them advantages from earlier all coming into play right now. So that, 2-2 upgrades and the advantages from earlier coming into play from ByuN. So while those last few movements went very well for True, he's not quite in the lead just yet, I would say. As we'll see those Zerglings starting to run on in. I mean, plenty of Marines there, Hellbat as well. He's just going to have to turn away from that one. So True backs away. He's just going to focus on re-establishing his 4th base, maybe droning up a little bit, a few more Zerglings here or there. Does need a few more drones. He's only on 40 workers right now, and he could definitely do with another 10 or so just to boost that economy, especially as the Terran rebuilds and mules up as well. I mean, the income should be Terran favored right now, and indeed it is. Not much gas income from either side, but still a little bit Terran favored. Alright, so yeah, definitely, I mean, in this game, it's one of those situations where, even more so actually, to go back to the economy point, you really want that kind of lead in economy because you're playing Ling Bane as the Zerg player. It's not the most efficient of compositions against the Terran. It actually really does rely on counterattacks and just trading well in that sort of way while deflecting kind of smaller attacks and stuff like that. In larger fights like this, Ling Bane does not really, excel. Plus 2 carapace is not far away from True. That's something I think he'll at least have to try and wait for here. Because he have the time, a few seconds, he will. 4th base under attack. I mean, he can't wait for too long, and here we go. Starts to move on in. Failings from a few different angles, but it's just not enough, and you can see right here, ByuN, when he gets a few moments to stabilize, he just has so much more. Targets down the banelings once again. Target practice, basically, for him as he'll come in. Clean out a few drones, the 4th base goes down, and although True's counterattack did a lot, the advantages from earlier still were kind of just there from ByuN, and again, as soon as he stabilized and was able to mule again on the 3rd base, for example, he just really did outproduce True, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. This 3rd hatchery is going to get targeted down. Doesn't fall, maybe a bit of a mistake from ByuN. Sends 1 medevac to the main base, clean out a few more drones. I mean, it doesn't really matter. That 3rd hatch will go down shortly anyways. As you just see this drop in the main. Still just trading here, seeing what he can do. And there's reinforcements coming across the map from ByuN. He'll just continue to push, he'll continue to do damage, and he will put himself back into the lead in this best of 5 grand final of the SGL number 3. Zerglings continue to stream on in here. A couple more Banes coming into the left-hand side. A few more Banes to the right as well, but not going to find anything to connect on just yet. Medevac going to lift up those few Marines as the 3rd hatchery does go down, and still this drop over in the natural expansion doing damage as well. True knows it as he types out of the game. He knows it is over here. GG, and we are going into a game. There we go. Alright, let's go into this and let's introduce us a couple of players in this TvZ Grand Final. Up by a game, 2-1 right now. If he wins this map, he's the winner, the champion of the SGL, warming up for his GSL semi-final tomorrow. In the red, to the bottom left side of the map, it is the one and only ByuN. What about the dollar-ometer? No, because we have like a donation goal already, which is like separate to the cheerometer. The cheerometer is just something for bits only. I know you guys want to maybe add to the cheerometer, but with donations, etc. But I just can't. There's different, different ways of donating have different things, and different ways of supporting have different things. Anyways. Guys, to the bottom right-hand side, we have the blue Zerg player from Psystorm Gaming. It is going to be True, who's looking to tie up this series to put himself in a nice, strong position here. This is actually the map where True went for that Baneling burst on against Pult in the Grand Finals of the DreamHack Montreal WCS Summer Championship. So, it's a map where he can play it long. It's actually not a bad map for him to do that on. It's a good Mutalisk map, for example. But, maybe he just gets aggressive early. Maybe that's something we do see here as we set up into game number 4 right now. I've got something in my eye. Today's been a bad day. First of all, I had like some soup and there's like a bone in it, and like I got something like stuck in my throat for the start of the cast. And now I've got something in my eye. That's not good because now I can't see. Oh my god. Okay, I think we're good. Put my glasses back on and we can see once again. Of course, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, the cast, and the games, hit that follow button to see when we go live again in the future. Always love to see you guys coming back and checking out the stream for more stuff. I mean, we have the SGL Team League Grand Finals, Liquid against Millennium. That's tonight in just less than 2 hours' time. Who is hyped for that? And of course, we have also events such as the Wardy Open round of 16 will start tomorrow. We have so much going on, so much taking place. So it's good stuff. Anyways, lots of games going on, basically, what I'm trying to say. Anyways, this Reaper is kind of harassing, just gets out there before being surrounded by Zerglings. As we're going to be, just going to be seeing that Reaper just popping out a little bit. Command Center is going to be coming down on the natural expansion, so really nothing too surprising. Once again, see the factory. No, sorry, it is the second rack's opening. So second rack's opening coming in here in the early stages. So back into that build he used on Frozen Temple. So, just setting up into this once again. And let's see how much damage you can get done with it this time around. We see these, we see this spawning pool with Zergling Speed going to be completing fairly shortly. And this Reaper just moving around right now from ByuN, still on the map. And look at this from True. He's going to really change things up right now. He's going to be taking a Rotron in the back of his natural expansion. So, a Rotron coming down early is going to be very, very aggressive indeed. As Zergling's moving forwards from True, they'll take that Watchtower. They see that Reaper backing away here over to the left-hand side. So Reaper going to be backing away off over to the left, and we'll see a couple of depots being added on as well by ByuN. ByuN with just a few Marines starting to move just a little bit further forwards right now. And again, that Rotron coming up over to the right. So Rotron will finish. And we're just going to be seeing a few Roaches on the way up. And, yeah, Queen's just collecting together. So Queen's collecting together, a few Roaches on the way up. I'm just going to be seeing a few more Zerglings being added on as well. So a bunch of units on the way here in the early stages. Queen's going to drop down a Crypt Tumor to the left side of the main base. And, yeah, Ling's just on the way up. Evo Chamber being added on as well. We're waiting for this Medivac drop to come in, basically. Also intrigued to see what the Rotron kind of brings out also. There's 3 Roaches right now, which isn't really a lot. I was just going to be seeing this +1 Carapace upgrade starting up on the Evolution Chamber here. A couple of Medivacs coming across the map right now from ByuN. So a couple of Medivacs coming across the map right here from ByuN. Having a little bit of a look to see what they can get up to. Going to start unloading just next to these minerals, so I'm going to start unloading over here. A few Lings and Roaches already going to come forwards. I don't think that's enough though, and especially without Queens, you probably don't want to fight this. You don't want to fight this unless you have them Queens targeting the Medivacs down and just forcing the Terran to maybe pull back a little bit sooner than usual. Scan comes in, a couple of Creep Tumors getting cleaned. And Marines continue to push forwards right now. Here we go, Ling's going to start committing forwards, and Roaches as well. And them Queens, not a lot of Queens, but he has enough units here to push this back anyway. So Ling's coming in once again, going to be forcing those Medivacs to lift. So the Medivacs do have to lift up right there. You're going to see that Baneling Nest coming down in the third base of the lair. Going to be finishing as well. And again, Zergling's actually overcommitted. This is the exact same as last time from True. He really overcommitted into the follow-up attack. And all of a sudden, he's losing a lot of units once more. And ByuN is going to take a lot of momentum moving forwards now. Oh man, well this is a little bit scary as we have this army from ByuN going to just keep on moving in this direction. And he's going to scan again. He's going to get rid of a couple of Creep Tumors. And he's just going to keep on doing just a little bit more right now as we see the Zerglings coming in once again. Just trying to push this back, but you can just see these Marines are doing way too much damage, and ByuN is putting himself in a spot right now where he might very well end up. He might very well end up with, well, a very quick win here in game number 3, in game number 4, because honestly, True just doesn't have much left. ByuN is starting to be cleaned out, but so much damage done, 16 workers killed, a lot of units traded. As we're just going to be seeing that Medivac will end up backing away. So that Medivac going to be backing away here. What else is going on out on the map? ByuN is going to be pulling away from the center with a couple of his Medivacs, and again, +1 armor about to finish. Combat Shield is going to be finishing as well. 2 Liberators now being made as well, which is interesting. He's gone for a double energy follow-up, so his +1/+1 is finished. His third base is ready to move out as well. I'm just going to be seeing these Marines coming in towards the center. So Marines is going to come in towards the center, and just ByuN again, I think, just going to keep on building up and keep on trading, keep on fighting in this. As you see him starting to move over to the right-hand side. So, starting to move over to the right-hand side here. ByuN is just seeing what he can get up to. So, moving forwards, he'll scan once again. He'll take down a few more creep tumors right now. So, a few more creep tumors getting cleaned out. And we're actually just going to be seeing the creep continue to go down here. So, it's nice. I mean, you can go into the 4th base perhaps. This will force True to come and react. True actually is maybe... he actually had a lot of money stacked up, so his supply is way down compared to maybe what it should have been. He's up to 61 workers now. I mean, I still don't think he's in a good position, but you never know. A couple good Balin hits can change things quite quickly, so hoping out for that. As we're going to be seeing these Marines just starting to work their way down through this hatchery over to the right-hand side. The Banelings taking a little bit of damage, and we're just going to be seeing the Banes continue to come in right now, so and get cleaned out. So we're going to see these this hatchery gets cleaned, and well, this is a little bit scary. You're going to see Lings, Banes, Queens continue to come in, and ByuN just keeps on pushing. He keeps on pressuring. I mean, he's actually got a Liberate in the main base as well, starting to cancel drones, kill some drones, Liberate in the 3rd base as well. And he's still dropping around with these medevacs up to the top side. So damage again being added on here. And ByuN continues to extend his lead in this game. 9 workers killed in the last few moments, as we see even more lava going down as well. There's a lot of lava. That's a lot of kind of potential kind of units which are just being kind of brought away here. You actually unsieges and resieges the Liberator will get a couple more drone kills before this Queen finishes off. And that's going to be 12 workers killed in total. And another push across the map. No medevacs with this, because the medevacs are already here in the center. And we'll just see him start stepping forwards a little bit there. And this really is at this point just ByuN continuing to pile on the pressure. So these Marines, Marauders, off and away they go to the right-hand side. They'll take down the 4th base again to begin with. And then this Ling Bane will come in and try and defend it. But is this the time where ByuN just has too much? It's got to be, it's got to happen soon. As we see him stimming forwards, he scans, he sees Whale Fight into, he begins to split a little bit, starting to pull those units back, and here we go. First couple of Balin hits aren't bad. As we see ByuN actually starting to pull back and just walk backwards there, actually. As we'll see him just lifting up with a few of those extra units, just waiting for more reinforcements to keep on pushing. He's just going to keep on going for this. It's just never going to end. Marines Marauders coming in once more. We see these bio units, a few of them dropping out of the medevacs here. As we're going to be seeing the Balins starting to blow on up once again. Zerglings keep running in. They're going to try and surround this little bit of an army. I'm just going to see the Zerglings, though, running on out of numbers. And so we're just going to be seeing too many Queens right now. Well, not enough Queens right now from True to see ByuN. Moving on in. Marines, Marauders, going to stim in once again. And I think this is pretty much, well, it'll be the end of the 4th base this time. Can True hold on? Kind of to his 3rd, etc. He's going to come in with some Balins right now, but True, and he's just not enough. 4 Banes connect on about 4 Marines. We see some more Banes coming in, and you can just see how much is left over. As ByuN's reinforcements coming from the left-hand side as well. Some Widow Mines will take to the front, and that will be GG. True put up a good fight, but in the end, ByuN is just a little bit too good, and he ends up winning this series 3 games to 1, and he is the champion of the SGL Cup number 3. He takes some $400